24시간 불이 꺼지지 않는 나라. 감당할 수 있겠니?
Thanks for joining our live coverage of the government's March 1st Independence Movement Day ceremony. March 1st, also known as Samiljeol, marks the anniversary of Korea's independence movement against Japan's colonial rule. It looks like the ceremony is about to kick off. We'll come back right afterwards.
네, 모두 자리에 앉아 주시기
Please
바랍니다.
be seated. In the golden era of Asia, Joseon was one of the guiding lights, and it will be the bright light of the Asia. The darkest history, and these were the people who shed light on the dream for freedom, and we would like to begin right now. The great journey towards freedom.
안녕하십니까? 제
Good morning,
105주년
everyone.
3.1절 기념식 사회를 맡은
My
아나운서
name is
이재홍입니다.
Lee Jae-hong. I will be the MC for today's commemoration.
제 105주년 3.1절 기념식은 자유를
105th
향한 위대한
commemoration
요정
is
대한민국
held
만세를
under
주제로
the theme
진행됩니다.
of the great
앞서 함께
journey
보신 영상은요,
towards freedom. Long
자유가
live the
억압되고
Republic of
고통받던
Korea.
어둠의
The
시기가
opening video
끝나고
captured the minds of our
조선에 다시 빛이
patriots of the
밝혀지기를
time who
바라는
hoped that the
당시
dark times of
애국
oppression
선열들의
and
마음을
suffering
담은
would end
오프닝
and
영상이었습니다.
that the light would shine again in
기념식을
Joseon.
통해서
Through
어두웠던
this year's
당시
ceremony, we would
자유와
like to
독립의
remember the
빛을 밝히기
heroes
위해
who dedicated themselves to shine the ray of
함께
freedom and
기억하고자
independence
합니다.
during those
그럼
dark times.
지금부터
Let us now
제
begin
105주년
the
3.1절
105th
기념식을
March 1st Independence
시작하겠습니다.
Movement Day commemoration.
다음은 국민의대가
We
있겠습니다.
will pledge of
국기에 대한
allegiance to the
맹세문은
flag. The pledge of allegiance will be read by actor Ji Seung-hyun, who is gaining great popularity for his role as General Yang Gyu, an unsung hero in the KBS epic drama Goryeo Kitan War. Please rise from your seats and face the taegukgi in front of the stage.
국기에 대하여
Salute
경례.
to the flag. I pledge in front of proud taegukgi allegiance to the Republic of Korea for the eternal glory of the country, liberty and freedom to the Republic of Korea.
바로
at ease,
다음은
we will now
애국가
sing the national
제창이
anthem.
있겠습니다. 애국가는
The national anthem will be sung
시각장애를
until
극복하고
verse
아름다운
4,
노래를
and it will
통해
be led
많은
by
이들에게
vocalist
따뜻한
Kang
빛을
Sang-min, who has
선사하고
overcome his
있는
visual
강상민
impairment
성악가와
and bring
또
warmth to many people
국방부
through his
군악대대
beautiful singing,
성도로
together with the
함께
vocalists of the
부르겠습니다.
Defense Ministry military band.
이어서
We
순국
will
선열과
now
호국 영령에 대한
pay
묵념을
silent tribute to the
올리겠습니다.
national martyrs and the fallen
묵념.
heroes. A moment of silence.
바로
At ease,
모두 자리에 앉아 주시기
please take your
바랍니다.
seats.
다음은
We will now
제105주년 3.1절
watch a
기념식의
special
주제
video
영상을 함께
celebrating the
시청하시겠습니다.
105th March
어둠
1st
속에서
Independence Movement
자유민주주의를
Day.
향한
The
하나의
video
마음으로
illustrates the
빛을
epic
밝힌
journey of
여러
many
분야의
heroes coming from
수많은
different
영웅들의
fields
위대한
who united
여정에
to
관한
bring
이야기,
light in the darkness
영상으로
for the
함께
sake of liberal
만나보시겠습니다.
democracy. For the freedom, we are going to be the flame of the
우리
independence.
역사에서
In our
가장
history,
캄캄하고 어두웠던
it was the
시기.
darkest days throughout our history. And for the country, we have to stand
칠흑 같은
tall
어둠을 밝힐
till the very
한 줄기 빛이
one individual. And there was one shining light that ignited. It was a great movement of the people. And the declaration was printed in secret. And for us, it is the time to have this flame in our hands. And it was the moment where those flames ignited to the fullest. March 1st, 1919.
태극기를 부여잡고 가슴에는 자유에
They
대한
had
신념을
태극기s
끌어안고
in their
나서
hands and they had their faith in their minds. And it was the biggest
종교와 계층을
non-violent movement. And it transcended classes and religions. And people came together to chant Republic of Korea, 만세. It was the revolutionary movement of Joseon.
우리의 외침은 세계가
And
주목하였고
our chants were heard by the global citizens, and the Republic of Korea
기반이 되었습니다.
of now
저 멀리
was based
타지에서도
on the
그분의
interim
외침이
government.
이어졌으며
And it was heard by
대신 총과
far
칼을 들고
away
투쟁하였고
around the world. And it became
세계에서는 우리 스스로
an
힘을
independence
키우기 위한
movement.
경제
And
산업 분야,
domestically,
교육 분야에서의 여러 노력들이
we
이어졌으며
put many endeavors in different fields like education and economy.
우리의 정신을 지키기 위한
And to uphold our spirit, the cultural sector were also coming together for this independence movement.
빛이었습니다.
And it was the light for the independent Republic of Korea. And it was the pledge to safeguard the independence of the country.
삼일운동에서 시작한
From
장래의
the
위대한 여정,
March 1st movement, it started out as the great journey towards liberal freedom. And
가능했습니다.
thanks to all these so many heroes, it was possible. And we thank them for their
그
endeavors
빛을
and their achievements. And now it is time that we protect that light. The great journey towards freedom. Hooray for the Republic of Korea.
네, 여러분 박수 부탁드리겠습니다.
Please give us a big round of applause.
다음은 독립선언서
We will now
낭독
recite
순서입니다.
the Declaration
올해
of
독립선언서
Korean
낭독은
Independence. This
독립선언서의
year's reading
내용을
of the
국민들과
Declaration will be a
더욱 의미 있게
special
공유할 수
one
있도록 좀
for the
특별하게
contents to be
진행을
shared
하고자
more
합니다.
meaningfully with
나이와 계층을
many
초월해서
people.
다양한 분야에서
We will
자주독립을
reenact the scene of the reading of the
당대
Declaration of Independence with a
독립운동가들의
musical
비장한
performance
심정을
to capture the emotions of the independence activists of the time who worked for independence in various fields. It will be in a form of musical performance. The K-Culture Independence Army and the Heritage Chairman of Heritage of Korean Independence Lee Jong-chun will join us on stage. Please give them a big round of applause.
이렇다 저렇다 말하지 말자 물이 넘칠 때에도 강이라 했고 흐르던 물이 말라버리던 때도 우리는 강이라 불렀는데 지금 오늘 보는 마음이라 하여 우리가 여기를 강이라 부르지 않는다면 물이 물로 휘어지고 길은 길로 휘어진다고 우리들 중에서 누가 말할 수 있을까 지금 오늘 오는 마음이라 하여 우리가 여기를 강이라 부르지 않는다면 물이 물로 휘어지고 길은 길로 휘어진다고 우리들 중에서 누가 말할 수 있을까 누가 말할 수 있을까
We hereby declare that Korea is an independent state and that Koreans are a self-governing people. We proclaim it to the nations of the world in affirmation of the principle of the equality of all nations, and we proclaim it to our posterity, preserving in perpetuity the right of national survival. We make this declaration on the strength of 5,000 years of history as an expression of the devotion and loyalty of 20 million people. We claim independence in the interest of the eternal and free development of our people and in accordance with the great movement of world reform based upon the awakening conscience of mankind. This is the clear demand of heaven, the course of our times, and the legitimate manifestation of the right of all nations to coexist and live in harmony. Nothing in the world can suppress or block it. For the first time in several thousand years, we have suffered the agony of alien suppression for a decade, becoming a victim of the policies of aggression and coercion, which are relics from a bygone era. How long have we been deprived of our right to exist? How long has our spiritual development been hampered? How long have the opportunities to contribute our creative vitality to the development of the world culture been denied us? Alas, in order to rectify past grievances, free ourselves from present hardships, eliminate future threats, stimulate and enhance the weakened conscience of our people, eradicate the shame that befell our nation, ensure proper development of human dignity, avoid leaving humiliating legacies to our children, and usher in lasting and complete happiness for our posterity. The most urgent task is to firmly establish national independence. Today, when human nature and conscience are placing the forces of justice and humanity on our side, if every one of our 20 million people arms oneself for battle, whom could we not defeat and what could we not accomplish?
물러가서 이를 꾀하매 무슨 뜻인들 펴지 못하랴.
We do not intend to accuse Japan of infidelity for its violation of various solemn treaty obligations since the Treaty of Amity of 1876. Japan's scholars and officials, indulging in a conqueror's exuberance, have denigrated the accomplishments of our ancestors and treated our civilized people like barbarians. Despite their disregard for the ancient origins of our society and the brilliant spirit of our people, we shall not blame Japan. We must first blame ourselves before finding fault with others. Because of the urgent need for remedies for the problems of today, we cannot afford the time for recriminations over past wrongs. Our task today is to build up our own strength, not to destroy others. We must chart a new course for ourselves in accord with the solemn dictates of conscience, not malign and reject others for reasons of past enmity or momentary passions. In order to restore natural and just conditions, we must remedy the unnatural and unjust conditions brought about by the leaders of Japan, who are chained to old ideas and old forces and victimized by their obsession with glory. From the outset of annexation did not emanate from the wishes of the people, and its outcome has been oppressive coercion, discriminatory injustice, and fabrication of statistical data, thereby deepening the eternally irreconcilable chasms of ill will between the two nations. To correct past mistakes and open a new phase of friendship based upon genuine understanding and sympathy, it is not the easiest way to avoid disaster and invite blessing, isn't it? The enslavement of 20 million resentful people by force does not contribute to lasting peace in the East. It deepens the fear and suspicion of Japan by the 400 million Chinese who constitute the main axis for stability in the East, and it will lead to the tragic downfall of all nations in our region. Independence for Korea today shall not only enable Koreans to lead a normal, prosperous life as is their due, it will also guide Japan to leave its evil path and perform its great task of supporting the cause of the East, liberating China from a gnawing uneasiness and fear, and helping the cause of world peace and happiness for mankind, which depends greatly on peace in the East. How can this be considered a trivial issue of mere sentiment? Behold, a new world is before our eyes. The days of force are gone, and the days of morality are here. The spirit of humanity, nurtured throughout the past century, has begun casting its rays of new civilization upon human history. A new spring has arrived, prompting the myriad forms of life to come to life again. The past was a time of freezing ice and snow, stifling the breath of life. The present is a time of mild breezes and warm sunshine, reinvigorating the spirit. Facing the return of the universal cycle, we set forth on the changing tide of the world. Nothing can make us hesitate or fear. We shall safeguard our inherent right to freedom and enjoy a life of prosperity. We shall also make use of our creativity, enabling our national essence to blossom in the vernal warmth. We have arisen now. Conscience is on our side, and truth guides our way. All of us, men and women, young and old, have firmly left behind the old nest of darkness and gloom and head for joyful resurrection together with a myriad living things. The spirits of thousands of generations of our ancestors protect us. The rising tide of world consciousness shall assist us. Once started, we shall surely succeed. With this hope, we march forward, straightly forward. 3 public pledges. 1. Our action today represents the demand of our people for justice, humanity, survival, and dignity. It manifests our spirit of freedom and should not engender anti-foreign feelings. 1. To the last one of us and to the last moment possible, we shall unhesitatingly publicize the views of our people as is our right. 1. All our actions should uphold public order, and our demands and our attitudes must be honorable and upright.
여러분, 지금 온
Everyone,
세계가 듣고 있습니다.
The world is listening.
일심동맹 빛나는
We
조국의 독립의
are
그날까지
going to
다 함께
march until the end, until when we achieve the shining independence of the Republic of Korea. Cheer for the independence of the Republic of Korea. Until we die, until the day we die.
네, 여러분 큰 박수
Please give them a big
부탁드리겠습니다.
round of applause.
그날의 감격스러운 순간들이 그대로
was the
생생히
moment
떠올려지는 것
Of
같습니다.
that very day,
다음으로 제
that
105주년
was
3.1절을 맞아서
reenacted.
대한민국의 자주 독립을
Now,
위해 헌신하신
in commemoration of the
독립운동자에게
105th anniversary of the March 1st movement, government award will be bestowed to independence patriots who devoted themselves to the independence of the country. Out of a total of 103 men of merit who will receive the award, the president will present it to 5 of them today.
호명되는 독립유공자
The bereaved
유족께서는
family member
단상으로
of the
올라와
person's
주시기
name read out loud is asked to come up to the podium.
먼저 고
First, the late
윤상형님입니다.
Yoon Sang-hyung.
훈장증
Certificate of Merit.
윤상형.
Late
우리는
Yoon Sang-hyung,
대한민국의
as the above
자주독립과
person has
국가
contributed
건립에
greatly to the
이바지한
independence and the
공로가
establishment of the
대한민국
Republic of Korea,
헌법에다
I'm
다음
conferring the
훈장을
following
추서합니다.
award
동북훈장 애국장
posthumously
2024년
according to the
3월 1일
Constitution of the
대통령.
Republic of Korea, the Medal of Merit for National
혼자
Foundation, March 1st,
염동원님께
2024, President of the Republic of Korea. It is awarded to his grandson, Yum Dong-eun.
네, 다음은
Next,
독립유공자
Independence
고
patriot, the late
이현속님입니다.
이현속.
건국 훈장
The Medal
대족장
of Merit for National
이현속.
Foundation, the
이하
late
내용은
Lee
같습니다.
Hyun-sok. The
손자
contents are the same.
이충길님께
It is
수여됩니다.
awarded to his grandson 이길자.
다음은 독립유공자
Next, Independence
고
patriot, the late
이학로님입니다.
이학로.
대통령 표창
Presidential
고
citation, the late
이하
이항로.
내용은
The contents
같습니다.
are the same.
손자 이종식님께
It is
수여됩니다.
awarded to his grandson 이종식.
다음은
Next is
독립유공자
Independence
고
patriot, the late
심득춘님입니다.
심득춘.
대통령 표창
Presidential citation, the late 심득춘.
이하
The
내용은
contents are the
같습니다.
same.
손자
It is awarded to his
심운일님께
grandson
수여됩니다.
심운일.
다음은
Next,
독립유공자
Independence
고
patriot, the late
정진웅입니다.
정진웅.
대통령 표창
Presidential
고
citation, the late
이하
정진웅.
내용은
The
같습니다.
contents are the same.
아들
It is awarded to his son
정준양님께 수여됩니다.
정준양.
네, 이상으로 정부
This
포상
concludes the
수여를
awarding ceremony of the government
다음은
awards. Next,
대통령께서
the president will deliver
제105주년
his
3.1절
commemoration
기념
speech on the
사장하시겠습니다.
105th
대통령께서는
March
가운데로
1st Independence
이동하시겠습니다.
Movement Day. He will move to the rostrum.
존경하는 국민
Dear
여러분,
fellow Koreans,
700만
7 million
재외동포와
overseas Koreans and
독립유공자 여러분,
independence patriots.
오늘
Today,
3.1절
we celebrate the 105th anniversary of the March 1st movement. I bow my head in respect to the patriotic martyrs who devoted themselves to the freedom and prosperity of the motherland. I would like to express my sincere gratitude to the independence fighters and their bereaved families.
국민 여러분,
Honorable Koreans,
105년 전 오늘
105 years ago today, our ancestors declared that Korea was an independent state and that it belonged to the Korean people.
손에는
Holding the
태극기를
태극기 in their hands
가슴에는
and the belief
자유에 대한
in their
신념을
hearts towards
끌어안고
freedom,
거국적인
they embarked on a
비폭력 투쟁에
national
나섰습니다.
level nonviolent struggle.
1919년
The 1919 Declaration of Independence eloquently expresses the spirit of the March 1st movement as follows.
우리 민족이
It is about the eternal freedom of our
자유롭게
people
발전하려는 것이며
and for our development.
인류가 양심에 따라
And
만들어가는
it's about keeping pace with the global conscience and the changes that humanity is making. At the root of the declaration was liberalism, which was a mainstream trend in the world history at the time. It was believed that if the blood shed by our ancestors soaked the ground and nurtured the sprout of freedom, our descendants would be able to live happily in a country of freedom and abundance. Also, the March 1st movement was a future-oriented independence movement that is a rarity in any history. Rather than restoring the monarchy, they dreamed of a new country where people of all ages and genders could enjoy freedom, and the faith and hope of our ancestors became a reality today. Today, the Republic of Korea stands tall as a global pivotal nation that enjoys freedom and prosperity. As proclaimed in the Declaration of Independence, we are a new and remarkable nation, one that contributes to world peace and prosperity and presents a unique and compelling culture. And the journey till now has not been an easy one. At the same time as gaining our independence, we lost half of our northern part of the land to communist totalitarianism, and we had to go through a devastating war. Nonetheless, nothing could deter us from our quest for freedom and prosperity. In a country with no capital or resources, in a war-torn land, we laid highways, built nuclear power plants, and created industries. Even when it was hard to put food on the table, we looked to the future and invested in science and technology as well as education. And I am greatly proud of our people's great journey of overcoming so many hardships and challenges. My government and myself will continue to uphold the values of freedom, the spirit of the March 1st movement, and make every effort to build a happier and more prosperous Republic of Korea. Dear Koreans, today, I'd like to look back at the history of our independence movement together. Starting with the March 1st movement, various forms of independence movements took place from home and abroad. There were fighters and activists who risked their lives in the armed independence movement. There were also pioneers who saw through the trends of international politics and started diplomatic independence movements in countries around the world. There were practitioners who took part in education and cultural independence movement to help us build our own capabilities. It was a result of these pioneering efforts of our independence was guaranteed after the fall of imperialism. The blood and sweat of these fighters gathered together secured our independence and laid the foundation of the Republic of Korea. And I believe that all of these movements of independence should be given their due credit that they deserve, and their history should be told and passed down from generations to generations. No one has a monopoly over history, and all citizens and the entire nation and our descendants should take pride in our proud history. Myself and the government will strive to ensure that these sacrifices and dedication of our ancestors are properly remembered from independence to the founding of our nation to its revival. Fellow Koreans, the Declaration of Independence of 1919 demanded from Japan that our independence was the way for both countries to prosper and to open a new world based on mutual understanding and empathy. And today, right now, Korea and Japan are moving forward together, overcoming the painful past towards a new world.
인권,
Sharing the values
법치의
of
가치를
freedom, human
공유하며
rights, and the rule of law,
공동의 이익을
we have
추구하고
become the partners,
세계의
pursuing common
평화와
interests
번영을 위해
and working together
협력하는
for global
파트너가
peace and
되었습니다.
prosperity.
북한의 핵과 미사일 위협에
Security
대한
cooperation between our two
양국의
countries
협력이
has become more
훨씬 더
solidified against North
공고해졌습니다.
Korea's nuclear and missile
산업과
threats.
금융,
There's a
첨단
strong
기술
cooperation in the fields of
두텁게
industry,
협력하고
finance, and
있고
advanced
지난해
technology, and the number of citizens who traveled between the two countries reached 9.28 million last year. In the Middle East and Africa, where armed conflict occurred, the two countries exchanged help by rescuing each other's people. As such, Korea and Japan build trust through such exchanges and cooperation and work together to solve difficult challenges. And by doing so, we will be able to open a brighter and new future for the bilateral relations.
내년 한일 수교 정상화
Next year,
60주년을
we
계기로
mark the 60th anniversary of the normalization of diplomatic ties between Korea and Japan, and I believe that it will serve as an opportunity to take our bilateral relationship to the next level,
3.1 운동은
as a productive and more constructive one.
자유와 풍요를
The
누리는
March 1st movement will finally
통일로 완결되는
be
것입니다.
completed with unification where everyone enjoys freedom and abundance. Now, we must move toward a free, unified Korean peninsula where all citizens are the owners of the country.
북한은 여전히
North Korea
전체주의
still
체제와
continues
억압
its
통치를 이어가며
totalitarianism
최악의
and
폐해와
repressive
궁핍에서
rule,
벗어나지
unable
못하고
to
있습니다.
escape the worst
북한 정권은
degradation
오로지
and
핵과
poverty.
미사일에
The North Korean
의존하며
regime relies only on nuclear weapons and missiles, trapping 26 million North Korean people in the swamp of destruction and despair.
최근에는 우리 대한민국을
In recent days, the
제1의
Republic of Korea has been
적대국이자
defined by them as the number one enemy and the undying enemy.
개탄하지 않을 수 없습니다.
I cannot help but deplore this.
한반도에만
Unification is not just an issue limited to the peninsula. The North Korean regime's tyranny and human rights violation deny the universal values of
자유와
humanity.
인권이라는
Unification is expanding the
것이
universal
바로
values of
통일입니다.
freedom and human rights.
우리의 통일 노력이
The efforts of ours for
북한
unification
주민들에게
must become a
등불이
source of
되어야
hope
합니다.
and a beacon of light for the North Korean people. The government will not withdraw its helping hand to the North Korean people, and its efforts to improve human rights in North Korea will not stop.
탈북민들이
We will
우리와
continue to
함께
support warm
자유와
support.
번영을 누릴 수
We will
있도록
continue to provide warm
떳떳하게
support to
거듭모
North Korean
나아갈
defectors so that they can enjoy freedom and prosperity together with us.
정부는
And from this year, the
올해부터
government has designated
14일
July 14th
북한
as
이탈
North
주민의
Korean
날로
Defectors Day.
제정했습니다. 이를 계기로
Taking this as an opportunity,
국민 모두가
I ask all of our
탈북민에게
Korean people
보다 따뜻한
to show
관심을 가지고
warmer
배려해
heart
주시기를 부탁드립니다.
and consideration toward the North Korean defectors.
통일은 우리 혼자서
Unification
이룰 수 없는
is
지난한
an arduous
과제입니다.
task that we cannot accomplish alone. The
책임 있는
international
자세로
community must
함께
work
힘을
together
모아야 합니다.
with
자유로운 통일
responsibility.
대한민국은
A freely unified Republic of Korea will contribute to peace and prosperity not only in Northeast Asia, but also in the Indo-Pacific region and around the world. As the President of the Republic of Korea, I will do my utmost to fulfill such historical and constitutional responsibilities.
존경하는 국민 여러분,
Honorable fellow Koreans,
지금 우리는
we are now
시대사적
standing at a
대변혁의
crossroads of
갈림길에
historical
서
change.
있습니다. 김이
We must
독립선언의
revive
정신을
the spirit
다시
of the
일으켜
Declaration of Independence,
자유를 확대하고
expand freedom,
평화를 확장하며
extend
번영의
peace,
길로 나아가야
and move
합니다.
towards the path
그
to
길 끝에 있는
prosperity.
통일을 향해
We must all
모두의
unite our
마음을
minds and
모아야
muster
합니다.
our strength
저희
towards
정부가
unification, which is
열정과
the end
헌신으로
goal.
앞장서서
The government
뛰겠습니다.
and I will take the
함께
lead with
손을
passion
잡고
and dedication. Let us join
새롭고
hands and
희망찬
open a
미래를
new and
열어갑시다.
hopeful future
감사합니다.
together. Thank you.
네, 말씀 잘
Thank you
들었습니다.
very much
고맙습니다.
for those words.
다음은 기념 공연이
We
있겠습니다.
will now invite a
기념
commemorative
공연은
performance. The
자주독립에 대한
performance
의지를
is
담은
owed to
선열들의
our
송가와
patriots,
또 애국
expressing the
선열들에
will
대한
for independence,
감사함을
and
담은
reply song
후손들의
by the
답가로
descendants,
준비했습니다.
which expresses
기념 공연 첫
gratitude
번째
to our
순서는
ancestors.
독립운동가
The first part
선생님께서
of the commemorative
작곡하신
performance will be the
한국
song
최초의
Korean
오페라
March,
아리랑의
a song
수록곡
from Korea's
행진곡을
first
그룹
opera,
라포엠의
Arirang,
유채훈님의
composed
목소리로
by
듣도록
independence
하겠습니다.
activist Han
이어서
Young-seok.
애국 선열들에
It
대한
was be
감사함을
sung by
담아
Yoo Chae-hoon of
나의
the group
영웅이라는
La
곡을
Poem.
4인조
Following the
남성
performance is a song
김창단
My
그룹
Hero
라포엠과
to express
어린이를
gratitude
포함한
to
전
our
세대로 구성된
patriotic ancestors
합창단이
that will be
함께
performed together with La
진행하겠습니다.
Poem
여러분
and a
큰
choir
박수로
composed of all
맞이해 주시기 바랍니다.
generations, including children. Please welcome them with a big round of applause.
일제강점기 자주 독립의 그날을 위해
During the
여러
darkest
분야에서
history,
빛이 되어준
during
영웅들의
the
노래를
Japanese colonial
들려드립니다.
rule, I would like to sing the songs of the heroes.
친구야 우리 거친 손을 잡고 압록강 삼킬 파도 일으키자 정의의 횃불 높이 들고서 두려워 말고 앞으로 가자 함께하자 지금은 약하지만 더는 억압받고 살지 않을 거야 힘을 모아 지금 이 굴레에서 벗어나고 자유를 향해 우리 앞으로 가자 아리랑 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 전진하자 아리랑 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 우리를 부르는 백두산의 소리 들린다 광명의 자유가 이미 두만강 비추고 해방의 노래소리 조국에 울려 퍼진다 아리랑 아리랑 승리가 바로 눈앞에 있다 들리는가 아리랑 아리랑 고동치는 가슴의 소리가 노래가 두려워하지 마라
Do not be afraid.
해방의 노래소리가
The
울려
song of liberation reverberates,
눈앞이다
and victory is just around the corner.
수많은 시간 속에 숨겨진 눈물들 그대는 홀로 이 길을 걸어왔네 어둠을 이겨내며 넘어야만 했던 그 소원들은 다 이뤄질 거야 우린 꿈을 꾸는 걸 높은 곳을 향해 뛰는 걸 지금껏 외롭고 힘들었던 날들 꿈은 이루어질 거야 원하는 모든 게 다 이루어질 수 있기를 바라온 모든 게 다 이루어지기를 그대가 오늘의 예배가 되기를 Only you is for you 그대 기억하리라 하나만 기억해줘 혼자가 아냐 누군가 그댈 위해 기도한다는 것 잊지 않고 있다는 것 원하는 모든 게 다 이루어질 수 있기를 바라온 모든 게 다 이루어지기를 그대 기억하리라 그대 손을 잡아줄게 우린 그대 기억하리라 그대 You are my hero 빛나는 그대로 I wish for you 우리 함께 할 거란 걸 Only you, all for you 빛나고 있는
네, 통합과
With the
연대의
spirit
마음으로
of unity
자유민주주의
and solidarity,
대한민국의 위대한
the song
내일을
expressed the feelings of the elders
이어나가는
and
후손의 마음을 노래로
descendants
표현해
to
줬습니다.
continue the great
주님께
tomorrow
다시
of a
한번
free
큰 박수
and democratic
부탁드리겠습니다.
Korea. Please give the performance another big round of applause.
이제 3.1절
We will now
노래를
sing
함께
the March
부르겠습니다.
First song
모두
together.
자리에서 일어나
Please rise
오른손으로
from your
태극기를
seats
흔들며
and
다 같이
wave the
불러주시기 바랍니다.
태극기 with your right hand and sing in unison.
이어서 제
Next, we will
105주년
proceed
3.1절
with the final
기념식의
part
마지막
of the
순서
105th March 1st Independence commemoration,
독립유공자
the three
후손 두
cheers
분과
of
미래
Manse.
세대
It will
후손
be
대표
joined by
두
two
명이
descendants of the
함께하겠습니다.
independence patriots and two
독립유공자
representatives
고
of
유관순
future
열사의
generation.
후손이신
We have Yu
유덕상님,
Deok-sang, the descendant of the late independence activist Yu Gwan-sun, Choi Jin, the student council president of Ihwa Girls High School, and In Dae-wi, a descendant of the late independence activist William Linton, who supported the independence movement as a missionary and publicized it to the world, and Yu Beng-min, the student council president of Jungang High School.
5년 전 그날
On that day, 105 years ago, hooray for the independence of Korea
대한 독립 만세
was the loud cry of our ancestors.
목소리를
We will
기억하며
remember those voices and will carry on to shed a brighter light on the Republic of Korea. For the sacrifices of our predecessors who waved the national flag fearlessly and ignited the spark of independence to be remembered more preciously, we will dream of a new future for the Republic of Korea that is filled with hope.
나이와
Our ancestors of all ages, classes, and religions longed for Korea's independence with one mind and will.
독립 그 의지를
Let us continue the very will together to create the tomorrow of the Republic of Korea that stands tall in the world. Following the proud footsteps of our patriotic martyrs who dreamed of a new country through the March 1st Independence movement, we will continue to leave footprints for a brighter future for a free and prosperous Republic of Korea. Now, I would like to ask everyone to raise the 태극기 and shout 만세 3 times. The great journey towards freedom, Republic of Korea, 만세.
만세! 만세! 네, 여러분 모두 큰 박수 부탁드리겠습니다.
Please give a big round of applause.
네, 이상으로 제
With this, we
105주년
will close the
3.1절 기념식을
105th March
모두
1st Independence
마치겠습니다.
Movement
함께
Day
해주신 국민 여러분
commemoration.
대단히
Thank you very
고맙습니다.
much for watching.
That concludes our special coverage of 105th anniversary of March 1st Independence Movement Day ceremony, honoring those who fought for Korea's sovereignty against Japanese colonial rule. We'll bring you more details on the event in our upcoming newscast at noon Korea time. Until then, goodbye.
Completely new